Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Steve, your host, and in this episode I've got the Leo 1A4 built. I'm going to go over what I did. I hope you guys enjoy the video. You guys take care, and as always, please like, share, and subscribe. All right then, thank you. Okay, the build is complete. There's a few things I've left off, just some minor details that I'm going to put on after I paint and weather it so I don't knock them off. Just starting up here in the front, had to do a little bit of putty work to get this right, and I think that'll paint up okay where you won't see the lip or a gap or anything like that. What's interesting is you get these, you get the snow cleats, and the snow cleats are made out of the same material that the tracks are. So what you do is you kind of sandwich them in between the styrene pieces, and the styrene pieces are glued up, and they hold down the rubber ice cleats, and the system seems to work out pretty good. I had to straighten these parts out. It was an old kit, it's been in a box for a while, so I just kind of had to re-straighten out some of the plastic pieces, but I think overall it fit very well. The headlights had a nice positive mount into these brackets. Was happy with that. I used the later fenders, or the front fenders, and they fit well. They were two pieces apiece. You have the main piece here, and then you have this inside piece that you put on, and it's not a problem. I thought it fit very well. I put the driver's hatch on. You also get guards for the periscopes. There's a small piece here that I guess locks the hatch down from the inside. No problems. The periscopes are part of the upper hull, and the periscope guards are separate pieces, and they're three different pieces, so you just want to be careful of that. And they're called out pretty clearly, so there's nothing there to worry about. As far as the side skirts, usually with this I have problems with the long side skirts, but I didn't really have any problems. They made it up. There's flush areas on the side skirt itself and flush areas on the hull that they glue up to. So just with a bit of patience and care, I was able to get these guys to mount up. Again, this is some of the last things I do because I like to have the suspension exposed. If you're back here, this piece is part of the fender, so you just want to make sure you have a tight fit there or a close fit. This piece comes with an actual, I wouldn't say a hook, but it gives you a guide that connects to that. So I thought that was pretty neat. And yeah, overall it's looking pretty good. Same on this side. Same thing. You get the side hull, you get and it mates up to that front fender. There's a lot of detail work here on the back. Hopefully you can see it. You've got the you don't have spare tracks for this, but you have the mounting brackets for the spare tracks. You've got guides. I'm pretty sure these are track guides. You've got the gun crutch. If you're a British person, I can't even remember what the Americans call it now. You've got shackles back here for lifting. You've got these guys. These are a single piece. And these guys are side specific, so just be careful when you're doing that. You get the towing pin there. You get a shackle there. I lost this shackle, but I'm going to find another one downstairs. That's where the tow cables will connect to. And speaking of the tow cables, you get a reasonable tow cable here. Normally I like working with tow cables that are strings. I find that they're easier to mount, and but this is just formed to run along the hull, and I've done some test fitting here. I've still got to clean it up and put the forward shackle on, but it really is it's a nice fit, and it's going to look really nice on the kit. Now going up to the turret, there's a number of things going on here that we've done. I've got all the there's a number of grab handles here. The grab handles are just flush mounted. There's no recess in the turret where these go in. So just be careful with these guys, especially when you're sanding them, because you'll end up breaking them off. But overall, they were sort of clearly marked. I think you just look close and you'll find them. Up here, we've got the guards for the light for it's the cable that goes to the xenon light here, and you can build the xenon light in two configurations. I chose to do it closed. You can open it up, and there seems to be some sort of light assembly in there. I don't know if you can see it here, but just watch out. There's hinges that need to go on the outside and not the inside. There shouldn't be any detail there. It should just be, closed, and you've got the hinges there, so something to watch out for. You've got the barrel. You've got the L7. I think it's the L7A3. It's the British 105, probably the most famous rifled gun ever made. And you just need to be careful. There's a lot of things to clean up here. The barrel halves didn't fit all that well, so there was a lot of cleanup. You also have a lot of detail on this. You've got the barrel underneath it, and you've got the thermal sleeves, and then you have these locking mechanisms that keep the thermal sleeve attached. You've got a mount here for a simfire. We're not going to use that, but the mount is still in place. Here is the bore excavator or fume extractor, and then you've got more detail and more parts of the thermal sleeve. So just take your time sanding that. I'll end up priming this just to see how my sanding came out, and end up having to do a little bit more work on it. Back with the turret, we've got the smoke discharges. The smoke discharges, okay, it's a number of little pieces. You've got the rail, and the rail is cut in such a way that it angles the smoke dischargers the way they're supposed to go. So all the smoke dischargers are the same. However, they fit differently on the rail. And then you have this guard for the smoke dischargers, and it's the same on the other side. You have the guard for the commander's independent sight here. It's 3 pieces. Just be careful when you cut this out, because like I said, this Italeri plastic is brittle. So just be careful when you cut it out that you don't break any of the pieces. I chose to mount that first and then build this. It's probably a mistake. What I would do is I would build this first, mount it, then drop that in, and this way it's a lot easier to make sure it's true and straight. And you've got this bottom piece that mounts here. So I would put that on after you got that in place. I don't think the instructions show that, but that's the way I would do it. I'm looking forward to getting this painted. I've been doing a lot of research. I did have a couple references for Leo 1A4s. Oddly enough, I cannot find any of them in the NATO 3P tricolor. The green, brown, and black. Can't find it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to try, I think it's the olive gelb. And what I've been told is I'm going to mix a bit of khaki drab with a bit of olive drab and just shoot it a solid color. I was kind of looking forward to having another go of the NATO tricolor, but that's not going to happen. I put in a lot of work on this. I want to make sure I get the coloring right. You've got I put the skate rings on for the MG42. Interestingly enough, you get one MG42, but it'll either mount on the loader or the commander's hatch, which I think is good. Maybe doctrinally, or they left it up to the unit, however where they mounted that machine gun. American tanks generally have 2 machine guns up there, and really have had that since the Abrams. And I think overall, it's a nice kit. It's a very old kit. One thing I just want to say, I simulated a weld here, and I hope the Germans can forgive me because it's not the greatest weld, but it needed a weld between this piece and that piece. So in some of the references I had, the welds I saw weren't the greatest. I think when I painted it up and weathered it, it's going to look pretty good. I got to tell you, I'm pretty impressed with this kit. I think it's a good fitting kit. It's the price is incredible. You know, I don't know what I paid for this, right, 20 years ago, but I would think you can pick this up at a hobby contest or a eBay, or if you're in France on Le Bon Coin, the good coin. You should be able to find this for under 20 euros and maybe a couple more euros with shipping included. Overall, I enjoyed this build, and what I'm going to do is I've got my high-tech turntable. I am going to put this on the turntable and give it a twirl so you guys can see.